Well, what a week it's been for us here at the Happy Travellers. You'll notice my voice is a little bit strained and I'm going to be coughing through this video a bit. And, well, I've got lots of packets of these. Both of us have had bad colds this week. It's been an absolute blooming nightmare. So we've not been able to drive anywhere. We've not been able to really do much of anything, which is why this video is entitled Off-Grid Reality, because this is the reality. Yeah, we're parked in one place. We pay for parking every day, and we just sit around. We've not really been out. I know it all sounds a bit awful, doesn't it? You know, we're living in the sick house at the moment. When it's over that way, not being able to say much, throat's all tightened up like mine is. You know, trying to get a bit of fresh air to go out, but you know, not being able to sleep well at night. But the reality of off-grid then really is about being able to manage in the UK winter when you've got charging systems fitted to your van that will charge while you're driving at 50 or 60 amps and keep your house battery topped up. Now, we're very lucky, you know, we've had a 300 amp hour battery fitted, which you'll see from the thumbnail for this is was down at 30%. Which, you know, you say, oh, my battery's at 30%. They give you a little bit of anxiety. What that means is I've got about 100 amp hours left, which for most people will be, well, that's loads. Actually, it is sort of loads if you just want to run the internal systems of your van, then you're all good. That 100 amp, I mean, a 300 amp hour battery just to run van systems is massive overkill. But we don't just do that. You know, we have electrical devices and stuff that we want to keep topped up. Electric kettle for making tea and coffee. We've got the occasional use of a Ramoska slow cook thing and an induction hob for, you know, for cooking things on the top, all on the basis that we preserve the gas, because, you know, we have to drive out to get the gas and refill it, and that's, you know, it's not hard to get, but it's becoming less available. But having said that, you know, we're fine. So we try to, you know, use more electric, if you like, rather than gas, because the fridge is on gas all the time unless we're driving. But the problem we have is that we've only got 100 watts of solar on the roof. That's going to change. You know, I've said it time and time again, but it is going to change once we get other certain things done. So that we'll have 300 or 400 watts of solar. Now, the 100 watt on a bright sunny day, like it is, well, sort of bright and sunny, a bit overcast, we'll be getting a couple of amps. So maybe with another 2 or 3 solar panels on top, we'll be getting maybe up to 10 amps. But that will be all day on a sunny, which will keep the battery topped up. Plus, we have the portable solar panels for charging up the power banks. But I also use the house battery. I do that because I'm actually sitting on it. It's underneath the driver's seat here. we use the house battery to charge up the power banks when we're getting low on those. But when there's not much sunshine around, you have a real problem if you're not able to drive anywhere. And I'm just not feeling it for the driving. When you have this really massively heady cold and you feel all shivery, both of us are about to sort of spend a lot of time in bed, just sleeping and getting over it and letting our bodies get rid of the nonsense. I expect a lot of you out there will be suffering the same. But anyway, we're getting over it. It's all sort of, releasing itself, as it were. So that's good. That's the off-grid reality, is that you can't rely on the sunshine here in the UK. So occasionally, and we plan and budget for all this. Occasionally we go to a campsite to get plugged in, and we went last week to the Littlehampton site, and what I noticed there was the hookup was only charging the house battery at 12 amps. So our onboard mains charger is only charging at 12 amps. Now, that's almost not worth it, is it? I've sort of been used to having the Victron 3 kVA inverter charger multi-plus thing, which charges at 100 amps. You plug it into there and it just sucks 100 amps out of the electric post and charges your battery. So, 300 amp hour battery, 100 amps will take 3.5 hours to recharge it fully. Whereas 12 amps, it took us fully 20 hours plugged in, because it was only there for one night. So we were hooked up for about 22 hours, and that put 200 amp hours back in. I think we were about 30%, maybe 40%. So recharge the batteries up, and then recharge the power banks, which we were doing off of the mains plugs as well. So so we got everything topped up. But that's really something that we all need to consider when we're going off grid, isn't it? How much power do you need? How much power do you want? And those might be different things. We want a lot of power. Do we need a lot of power? Maybe not. We could do without it. If the sun didn't shine, we'd cut back. But when it does, when we've got lots of power, we just plug stuff in and devil may care, as it were. But that's it. That's it from the sick bus this week. I'm sorry it's not full of useful content. It's just a little bit of a video to say we're really not in it to make a video this week. But I hope that you've enjoyed looking at me being sick for the last 5 or 10 minutes, and hope that you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again back fully fit next week. Thanks so much for watching and putting up with this. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.